Hello and welcome to Benz Addiction. If your CLK A209 is leaking hydraulic fluid, the top hydraulic fluid, and you cannot find the leak, please keep watching this video. If you are also unsure how to remove all these panels safely and without waste of time, please keep watching this video as well. At the end, I will pack up all these 7 hydraulic cylinders and will send to Top Hydraulics for complete rebuild or refurbishment. So first step is to take off these plastic covers, 2 of them, and as you can see, it's how it looks like. Basically, you need to pull them out. And then you need to unscrew 2 number 13 hex nuts. As you can see over here, that's what I have done, and then you will be able to remove both of the seats. Next, you need to pull these seat belt extenders forward and then have a look underneath. You'll see there is a little opening over here. You need to push screwdriver over here to be able to release the triangle plastic from it. Okay, here is what you need to push, and then you will be able to pull out this triangle. Next, we need to remove this weather strip from around the rear trim. Next, you can gently remove this airbag cover from here easily, but then before that you need to take off this cover from over here, and there is a T30 over here, as you can see. So basically there are a few clips that you need to pull out, and then underneath there are a few clips that go like that inside there. After that you will be able to access this T30 screw over here. Okay, now to take off this little compartment or your subwoofer, there are 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 13 millimeter hex nuts that I'm going to take next. And then to take the backrest of the seat, you need to take that 13 millimeter as well. There's also 1 on this side. Okay, to take the back of the seat off, you need to take 6 of these little plastic clips from the back of this plastic trim over here. So as soon as you remove these 6 and the 4 bottom hex nuts, you will be able to move the seat out of its place. And then you can move the backrest of the seat from the bottom and just undo it. Next, you need to remove this plastic cover from here, and then you will see that there are 2 little screws over there. It's T20 if I'm not wrong. As soon as you move the backrest forward, you will see that there are 2 T30 screw over here, so you can, and then if you remove that, you will be able to remove these rear trims. From down here there are 2 or 3 clips as well that you need to pull toward yourself, and then after removal of these 2 screws you can easily pull this trim up, and as you can see, it's coming off. Don't forget to remove this connector from the window switch, so you'll be able to completely remove the rear piece trim. Next step is removal of this airbag, and you need to be a bit careful over here because this is, anyway, it's an explosive device, and you need to make sure you don't puncture it or you don't damage it. Okay, removal was possible with removing 4 T20 screws, and as you can see, this is the connector. That's the connector. You need to pull out that orange tab over there, and I can already see some mess here. Okay, so I think I found the culprit over here. As soon as I touched underneath this main hydraulic lift cylinder, I can notice that it's wet and it's dripping on this upholstery piece over here, and it's absorbing all those fluids. Probably I will have the same leak on the other side too. I'm going to remove the trim piece on the other side as well, and then we can go ahead and remove the hydraulic cylinder. Okay, I'm on the other side and I have removed this trim piece over here, and as you can see we have a bigger problem over here. I don't know if it's visible on camera or not, but we have a lot of hydraulic fluid over here, and as you can see it's dripping from the main lift cylinders. Okay, so far I have removed everything, but I have left everything neatly over here. I haven't removed the back seat, I haven't removed the seat belts, any of them. All of them are here. I'm going to next carefully remove this airbag from here. I found the most challenging part was the removal of this clip from the bottom of the main cylinder. It's only because there is not enough space over here. So the best way to remove this clip is probably using a hook like this. And in this case, it is much better to use a thicker hook and insert the hook from the curved side of the clip. That's, I found, the best way of removing those two clips from the bottom of main hydraulic cylinders. It might take some time for you, but the best way is using a thick hook. So taking the both cylinders are easy. You only need to take these clips off and push the pin the other way and undo it from the other side as well while the top is closed. Okay, and the best way to remove the top pins for those two hydraulic cylinders is to close the roof, and from here, as you can see, I have removed the clips, as you can see, and on the other one, which is this one over here, it is also easily possible to remove the pins. So removing pins, and then we can easily remove the hydraulic lines. Here is the lower pin removed and the hydraulic cylinder. This is the main lift cylinder, which is loose now. All that is left is to make sure to take a photo or label or do whatever you want to make sure that you remember to put what number of the hose in what port, and then you need to cut these cable ties. And if it's difficult to take off the lines from this side, you can move the cylinder to this side, and from this side it's much more accessible. And this metal clip over here, you might want to remove it with a small screwdriver. Okay, main lift cylinder, the lower one is number 12 and the top one is number 11 and the middle one is number 15. And on the right hand side, the lower line is number 14, and I think number 10 is the top one, but definitely number 14 is the lower one. On the right hand side, both cylinder, the top one is number 23 and the bottom one is 21. Okay, I have removed all four cylinders. The bows are the smaller ones, and of course the mains are the larger ones. And this is the top lock, which is very easy to take, and it's probably the first one to leak, and the second one to leak is the main cylinders. It's highly recommended to replace all these 4s and 5s to make sure that you're not going to take the seat compartment and all the panels again. So this saves a lot of work for you if you haven't done so. I'm going to remove the fluid from these 4-5 cylinders, and I'm going to remove the tonneau cover cylinders as well. Those two are too easy to remove because you don't have to take too many parts from them. Okay, and here are the 7 cylinders for A209, W209 CLK Mercedes, ready to be shipped to Top Hydraulics for refurbishment. I removed all of the cylinders because I know one by one they will leak. One thing to mention, I removed these tonneau cover cylinders while they were extended and they had a lot of fluid inside them. In order to retract them, I had to put extra pressure on them in order to retract them. It really shouldn't take more than 6 or 7 hours for the removal of all 7 cylinders. I didn't include the removal of the top lock because that's too easy. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching, liking and subscribing. I hope this video helped you with the removal of these cylinders, and good luck with this long project.